morning, everyone, and happy February. As much as I enjoy the winter season, I'm loving the longer days since Imbolc passed, and I've been looking forward to spring. We've been adjusting to newborn life pretty well, but my husband's paternity leave ends this week, so I might be speaking a little too soon. But an area of my life I've really been slacking on since my second pregnancy is my spiritual hygiene. I was honestly just so tired and exhausted growing a whole ass human and chasing a feral toddler around that the thought of doing anything extra, even if it was something that was going to improve my mood and just my overall well-being, it just wasn't on the table. But in this postpartum era of life, now more than ever, reintegrating a spiritual routine is crucial for my mental health and well-being. So that's what we're focusing on today. So we are in the Nook. I have Violet with me. She just got over the hiccups. I'm like momming so hard today with the baby Bjorn carrier, the blanket because she gets cold so easily, her little binky here. So we're all set. She's about to go to sleep. But I don't know if you guys remember this room. This is the Nook, and when we put the house up for sale last summer, I preemptively packed it up because I believe I was in my second trimester at that point, and I knew that if we did move, being in the third trimester or just as the pregnancy went on, I didn't want to have to worry about packing up the Nook. But obviously we're going to be here for a bit longer. I need to get back into a spiritual routine. I need kind of my own space in the house. And this was that space, although I didn't use it very much, mostly because we had some issues with the smell in this room with the cats. We recently got new carpet upstairs, including in this room, and we've been keeping these double doors shut. So that way this room stays nice and fresh smelling, and we have since moved the cat's litter box and their food somewhere else in the house. I feel like I can set this room up again, and the last time I unpacked it, I feel like I did it in kind of a rush. So I feel like because I have more time now, I can really make this room how I want it to be. So that's part of what this video is going to be, because my husband did bring back some of the boxes specifically for this altar right here, this little cabinet, which probably looks familiar because it was in the Nook in my old house. So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing today while Violet is napping. I will baby wear her, and I'm going to unpack these boxes and just get at least this section of the Nook set up again. So this is definitely something that is not going to be done in one go, not in one day, not completely finished in this video. So this might become a multi-part series where I'm getting the Nook back together, but that's kind of where we're at right now. Is I need to unpack these boxes and get this cabinet set up and get my altar set up, so that way I can come up here in the mornings and just have my routine. I'm going to use the outdoor space as well. It's raining this morning, so I'm gonna kind of use the outdoor space when the weather is nice, and this indoor space when, I guess, when it's not nice, or when I just feel like I need the items that are up here. I guess we will go ahead and get started unpacking these boxes. spiritual routine for the morning goes, I would really like it to look something like this. So first, I would like to start with a 5-minute meditation, one that's going to center and ground me and my energy, so that way I can be calm and patient and able to handle things as they happen throughout the day. And then from there, in that calm, centered, grounded state of mind, pull a tarot card, an oracle card, do some rune casting, something like that. So do some sort of divination. And then from there, I'd like to be able to pull out my journal and just reflect on the message or the meaning of the card, the rune, what it means to me, how I'm interpreting it, as well as set my intentions for the day. With every Sabbath, I am going to set up an altar. And so I have not set up my in-bulk altar yet. I actually have an altar dedicated to Hecate, 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 however you want to say her name. I feel like it can be said many different ways, but she has helped me through fertility and childbirth and just this transition into motherhood. So at my old house, I worked a lot with the Morgan, and she really kind of cracked me open to life and the possibilities and everything that it could be, and kind of helped, not kind of, like really helped guide me through a very transformative period in my life. And I feel like she held space for me to be able to blossom into the person that I am today, where my life situation has changed so drastically and is so different now. And so I thank the Morgan for all of the lessons and guidance that she provided, because without them, I don't think I could be sitting here right now doing the things that I'm doing. But I've since kind of shifted into working with Hecate, which is that's how I say her name. That's how she came to me. Just again, for this transition into motherhood, because it is such a monumental change to go through. So long story short, I have an altar set up for her. So I just want to make sure that I am taking care of that altar and doing my offerings and any kind of little rituals with that. Just, you know, saying a prayer, expressing my thanks for her guidance and her wisdom. So you'll see more of my altars in future videos as well. So I'd like to be able to do some altar offerings, and then after that do any kind of daily correspondence rituals or spells. And again, this is going to be if time allows. So this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things? 5 things that I would like to be able to do in my morning routine. Ideally, I would love to be able to have 45 minutes to an hour to do this. More likely than not, it's going to be more of like a 15 to 30 minute kind of deal, just until the babies get a bit older. Eventually, I would love to add back in some somatic healing practices, chakra cleansing, playing my singing bowls, doing longer meditations, scrying, and just other divination type methods with, you know, dowsing rods and using my pendulum, as well as automatic writing and channeling information. But again, those take, I've noticed for me, those take more time. And so that is going to come when the babies are older. Isn't she beautiful? We got a new vehicle, so ladies, if he wanted to, he would. My husband spoils me so much. last year, right around Valentine's Day, is when we got the Mercedes that I drove for a year. We realized that with 4 kids now, so 2 under 10, 2 under 2, now that Violet's here, there was not enough trunk space in that Mercedes. I love that car so much, but it just was not big enough. And so we went and test drove a Cadillac Escalade, and I could not believe how nice the drive was, how smooth it was, all of the features and the updates, and just the space. Like, look at this space. So this is a recent purchase. We traded in the Mercedes, and so now we have a Cadillac, and I love it so much. This is actually my first time driving it. I named her Calypso because she's just so majestic and so beautiful. So you'll probably be seeing more footage of her in the vlogs. Good job. Good listening skills. The dandelion. Whoa.